What's up everyone? Welcome back to One Strange Adventure and welcome to the next video. In today's video, we've got the RV at the local high school and we're going to practice backing up and doing some turns to the driver's side, doing some blindside turns, mainly this lovely lady right here because I've gotten a little bit of practice. I could still use practice, I am no expert. But she hasn't had a chance to actually drive the RV since we got it, so...
We've had it for almost a year, and I've not been behind the wheel yet.
Oh, well, here we go. Alright, so we're in this big open parking lot, and what we're going to do is actually use some of these parking spaces to simulate a campground and having to back into some sites. So we have these cones here that we're going to lay down and do some practicing. And so there's a couple of steps that you always want to make sure that you're taking when you're backing up the camper.
I would check the mirrors, make sure that you can see your tires. Of course, some of your turns you're going to lose sight of your tires, but being able to see them from the get-go is, always a good thing to start with.
That's right. So when you approach a campsite, the best thing to do is get out and inspect it.
Yeah.
And just check for obstacles, make a plan for how you're going to actually approach backing it up, and then always pull forward past the campsite, probably more than you think you even need to. Give yourself plenty of time to make the turn and to align the RV and the wheels to the campsite. One of the things that we do when we're backing up the RV is Cindy will get out of the truck and we will call each other on our phone and then talk to each other on speakerphone so that we can be in constant communication as we're trying to back up the RV, particularly if there's trees or a branch or other obstacles that we have to avoid while we're backing up the RV.
Yes.
Kids and dogs. So we make the kids and dogs get out, go take a walk. Everybody's been cooped up in the truck for a while at that point. So just get out and go take a walk. The other thing that we do is I actually don't back up unless I can see her in one of my mirrors. Typically she's behind the RV. So I always want to make sure that I have a visual on her. If you can't see the person that's helping you, don't press the gas.
Right. And we also have a reverse camera, so sometimes that's a little easier because he can see where I'm at when I'm walking from one side to the other. But not very many RVs have that, so make sure you can see from that corner. And I try to always make sure I can see him when he's backing up as well.
The other thing that you want to do is as you've gotten out, you've inspected your campsite, you want to kind of make an S coming past the campsite that you're going through. And what that does is it actually helps line up the rear of the camper to the campsite where you're trying to back into. But yeah, so you want to be able to have the rear of the camper kind of pointing at the campsite that you're going to be backing into before you even start backing in it. So that will just definitely help out. The other thing you want to pay attention to really closely is as you're backing it out, particularly with fifth wheels, is that you're going to get a lot of swing in the front nose of the truck. So you're constantly wanting to watch the wheels, watch the person that you see that's helping you, and watch the nose of the truck so that you're not going into campsites across the road.
Yeah.
We're going to go lay some cones down and let's get started.
Okay, So the first thing we're going to do is I am going to pull forward and then work on backing up straight, because I can't begin to be able to back into a campsite if I can't back the camper up without, fishtailing. So that's going to be number one that I'm going to work on. He's over there getting the other camera set up so you can see from different angles. I think he's expecting me to do the bigger S right now, but I'm going to work on backing up straight first. So we'll see how it goes.
So you're going to go towards the cones, and then you're going to hook towards the other cones, and then straighten and then turn the truck again so the rear of the camper
Is at the other side.
well no, so that the rear of the camper is pointing towards your campsite.
These cones.
Yep.
So what should be towards the other cones?
Your truck's going to kind of crap. I just went in front of the camera. Your truck's going to kind of go beside them. Hey, all right, so we practice backing up into the space. Even with a full parking lot, it can be challenging.
It took me 5 tries, I think.
But you're in there.
About 5. I understand why tires pop because they almost come off the rim just to turn 90 degrees.
So when you're in a fifth wheel, when you get 90 degrees with the truck and the camper, one of these,
They
especially
pivot.
if you have 3 axles, one of them is just pivoting. And so it does make the tires, you'll see them kind of lean in a little bit.
Pushing
yeah.
on it.
Yeah.
So that was a little tricky because I just wanted to focus on that and not the direction of the camper. But I did it.
What would you say your biggest learning or takeaway is?
Turning your steering wheel too far in either direction is going to make the back end of that camper move the way that you don't want it to.
And then it's making sure you're using the front wheel as a steer out of that too.
Yeah.
Because the camper's just going to keep on going the direction that you got it until you get that front of the truck going the other way.
The other direction, which
Yeah.
I finally figured out, but took me
Yep.
took me what 5 or 6 tries
Yep.
to figure that part of it out. But
So you come up to your campsite, you get out, you take a look, your travel partner gets out, helps you back up. Of course, I was no help because I was flying the drone the whole time, so she was kind of on her own. I feel bad about that, but it was also fun flying the drone. I obviously wouldn't do that at a campsite.
yeah, nobody was near us.
Yeah, and nobody, it's a big open parking lot too. So she did really well. I actually killed a cone.
I didn't hit a cone.
No.
Woo!
Straddled them, but
I say I did straddle them, and I think I took 3 spaces instead of 2. I'm actually hugging the second space right now because I pulled forward and backed back up a little bit.
Yep. But I officially killed a cone.
Yeah, he ran over the cone.
I was aiming for the cone and I hit the cone. So
I was actually really surprised that the truck didn't hit the cones on the right side because I
Yeah.
couldn't see those at all. So note that if there is kids or toys or trees or whatever on that front right side of your truck, you're not going to be able to see them when you're in the 90-degree turn.
Yeah, there's a fine dance between like turning the back end of the camper and keeping that nose of the truck from going over the other side
Yeah.
from across the campsite.
Yeah, I feel like if there was a campsite over there, I probably just took out a car.
Yeah. Well, I love it when you inevitably pull up in and there's people out there like watching.
We actually
around
had
the
somebody
campsites.
drive in the parking lot just to check us out and see what we were doing.
Yeah.
And then they kept driving because they just wanted to.
We said hi and they rolled on. But yeah, so that was fun. You get out, you check your spot, you do your S bend so that the rear of the camper is facing your campsite, and then you hook it hard so that it starts turning, and then it's a fine dance of trying to keep that nose of the truck in front of the camper.
Yeah.
All right, well, I think that wraps up this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. She got a chance to actually back up the camper, which is fun to watch, especially when you're staring down at the drone the whole time from the top view. I'm sure you guys have seen a little bit of that by now.
And I think I'm gonna let me drive it on the road a little bit so that if I need to drive it next week on our long trip,
Yeah.
I'll be comfortable next to vehicles.
Yep. She's driving all the way home.
Are you nervous
A little.
to worry?
No.
I think I'm a good driver.
You are a great driver, and the other part is I'm excited because if you can learn how to drive, then I don't have to do it the whole time. But hey, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you got something out of this video. Hopefully, as you take it out for either your first time or you're trying to teach somebody, a few of these tips can help out either way. But if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you really like the video, make sure you subscribe, ring the bell so that you're notified next time One Strange Adventure releases new content. And until the next strange adventure, keep making your own.
Bye.